How you doing? I'm Jaan Mannik, Director of Commercial Sales here at One Stop Systems, and today we're going to introduce Centauri. Centauri is a modular, ruggedized storage expansion system that can connect seamlessly to any host server over PCI Express and is designed specifically for data logging or data capture applications. It's ruggedized, modular, and can be disaggregated from the host server, so you can capture massive amounts of data and you can move that data very easily from an AI transportable application such as an autonomous truck or a military vehicle and brought to the ground installation center and loaded up to a private cloud. It uses a Gen 4 PCI Express architecture, so for blazing fast storage. It has a hot swappable 8-bay NVMe U.2 canister in the front that actually connects seamlessly with our 3U short depth server SDS. We did a training video about that a little while ago. So very easy to remove the storage and then put into a ground installation center with 3U SDS. So let's take a look a little bit about how the workflow is in order to get the data onto Centauri. Centauri, again, modular expansion box that connects to an upstream server that could be somewhere else in the vehicle that might be harder to access. So we leverage one of our core competencies here at One Stop Systems called PCI Express over cable. This is a half height, half length PCI Express Gen 4 cable adapter, supports data rates up to 256 gigabits per second. This would be plugged into a standard server slot, a by 16 server slot, and then connect seamlessly down into another portion of the vehicle where Centauri would be mounted. So full data path, 256 gigabits, basically talking and communicating with up to 8 NVMe 2.5-inch U.2 drives in a removable canister that's also hot swappable. The NVMe drives today can support density up to 16 terabytes, actually up to 32 terabytes, but it's pretty economical up to 16 terabytes. So you have 8 of them up here, gives you 128 terabytes of storage with a full Gen 4 by 16 link to the server. So let's take a look at the way the PCI Express comes into the box and show you the data path. So we have the 16-lane adapter that would be plugged into a host server mounted somewhere else in the vehicle. The PCI Express comes down over a cable and into our PCI Express switchboard here, which then takes that 16 lanes and fans it out to the drive pack that's up here, again, supporting 8 U.2 NVMe drives. So full PCI Express, we don't convert the protocol to anything else like some other data loggers may. Gives us very low latency, extremely high performance, and again, full Gen 4 by 16 throughput. So show you a little bit here, the removable canister. So it's toolless, 2 thumb screws, allows you to pull a drive pack. This is 8 individual U.2 NVMe drives and hot swappable, so you don't have to turn the system down in order to remove the data from the vehicle, and you can put it over into a ground installation in our 3U SDS. And if you're looking for a way to remove the individual drives in the drive pack, you can do it with simply unscrewing one screw here, takes the cover off, and then you have access to your 8 NVMe U.2 drives here. So this can be done obviously in the drive pack. It could also be done if it was mounted in Centauri itself or if it was mounted in our 3U SDS. So let's talk a little bit about the chassis. This is a 3U high, 8.5-inch wide, 20-inch deep modular expansion box. It's lightweight aluminum and it's designed around a mil standard 810G category 10. It has a nice flexible range of power inputs, so we use something called CRPS power supplies. So this can support a wide range down to 48 volt DC up to 240 volt AC. It's got front to back airflow for cooling. And it can take extended temperature ranges from 0 up to 50 degrees centigrade. In the back of the box, as far as what we do for some of our hardware features, we do have IPMI 2.0 system monitoring, so you can connect to an RJ45 on the back of the box here. And it has mentioned the dual redundant power supplies, and it has the single by 16 uplink that goes to the host server that could be somewhere else in the vehicle. And again, that's a Gen 4 by 16 connection supporting up to 256 gigabits into the system. So the chassis itself can mount a few different ways. You can see the flange mount here. That's probably the most common for some of the AI transportable applications that we're in today. It also has some rugged handles here up on the front, so you can you can pull the system and get it into the area of the vehicle where you're trying to mount it. So very rugged. And again, it's also a half rack. So if you did want to put 1 or 2 of them next to each other in a rack, you have that flexibility as well. So let's take a look at a use case. We have Centauri on the left-hand side. We have our 3U short depth server on the right-hand side. Centauri would be mounted in this use case, we'll talk about an autonomous truck. And then the 3U SDS would be mounted in a depot or a ground installation center. So the rugged hot swappable canister with high cycle count connectors can be pulled easily from Centauri, brought to the depot or the ground installation center, and then put into the 3U SDS. And then really you can get that truck back on the road very quickly in minutes while your data is being offloaded into the cloud. This is great for, in the instance of autonomous trucking, these things are on the road for up to 22 hours a day, constantly logging data. So in order to disaggregate and put this somewhere in the vehicle that is very easily accessible when the truck stops, they can pull the data, they can put a new canister in, and then they're using the 3U SDS at the ground installation to upload that data. So 128 terabytes of storage in minutes can be brought out of a vehicle and into a ground installation center or a depot using Centauri in the one-stop 3U SDS. Well, thank you very much for your time today. If you have any questions on the Centauri product or the 3U SDS, you can visit our website, www.onestopsystems.com. And thank you very much for your time.